Zordia, I was hoping I might have a word with you. Ever since Turncliffe was liberated, we've been sending troops to aid in getting the town back on its feet, helping the residents and that sort of thing. We Alamegans know how hard life can be for a society struggling to stand on its own after years of imperial rule. A lot of what most people would take for granted has to be rebuilt from the ground up. While we were able to assist when it comes to providing basic resources and keeping the place safe, there are countless other problems that need attending to. If you can spare the time, we could use your help. Bless you, Zordia. You really are a saint. I'm sure the people of Turncliffe will benefit from having someone like you around. Once you're ready, have a word with your usual escort. I wish you all the best. Bruh. You're the one who piloted that war machina and defeated the sapphire weapon, aren't you? I thought so. I've heard much about you. I doubt you know who I am. I'm Evelina, and I grew up here. I stayed throughout the occupation and was put to work as a Magitech engineer. Thanks to you and yours, we are now rid of the Imperials, though I fear many of us will struggle to put that past behind us. For 10 long years we suffered at their hands. A whole generation of young people were forced into the army and sent off to die in some distant land. I suppose I could be considered one of the lucky few. My work here kept me away from the battlefield. I hoped that my contributions might help the others live long enough to make their way home. In the end, most of them never returned. Though my efforts were in vain, I can at least honor their memory. I want to leave something behind for their sake, to prove that they haven't been forgotten. A monument bearing their names, to ensure that not a single person is omitted. I need to see the official list of conscripts, if one still exists. It would be inside the Imperial facility beneath the town, but with the resistance troops and ironworks engineers closing the place off, I can't get near it. Perhaps you might have a word with them for me. I'll leave as soon as I find the list. I see. It's a bit unusual for one of the locals to show an interest in Imperial's leavings, but it seems she has her reasons. Since we're still carrying out our investigation, we've closed the place off to prevent anyone interfering. Considering it's you who's asking, though, I can hardly say no. Still, I'd better go with her, in case the others kick up a fuss. You're very kind. I'm sorry for any trouble I've caused. You have my thanks. Think nothing of it. I was glad to help. As I suspected, the Imperials kept detailed records of the local conscripts. One name in particular stood out to me. My friend, Melisandea. I had no idea she'd been assigned to the 7th Legion, of all places. What do you mean, of all places? It all began while we were serving together in the 14th Legion. We had much in common, both being drafted from the same occupied territory, and we soon became firm friends. Then one day she was sent to fight in Eorzea while I remained here. The day before she left, she came to say goodbye together with her foster siblings from the orphanage. The youngest one, Brickon, was particularly upset about not being allowed to speak with their adoptive father, Gaius von Balsar, before they departed. It was actually another of his orphans, Livia Junius, who forbid them from seeing him. I can't say for certain, but it seems that Livia had a strong attachment to Gaius, and wouldn't let anyone else near him, and that's why we kill her. As far as I could tell, he tried his best to keep Livia at arm's length whenever possible, but her devotion to him was bordering an obsession, and she became extremely jealous at the slightest sign of affection between him and his other wards. Others, however, treated them far more kindly. In fact, a Praefectus Castorum of the 14th Legion came specifically to meet them. While I was surprised that a Rogadin had risen to such a rank, I was even more taken aback by the unguarded manner in which he spoke with us, his subordinates. I had hoped that with people like him serving on the Eorzean front, they would be in safe hands. Then the time came for Melisandea to leave. We shared a few final words, and then she was gone. It would be the last I ever saw of her. After that I was assigned to the Tribunus Laticlavius of the 14th, near Tolskeva, and I worked on restoring the Ultima weapon. I was even at the Praetorium on the day it was destroyed, but I escaped aboard an Imperial ship moments before it came crashing down. I eventually made my way back to Werlyt, only to be drafted into the 7th Legion to continue work on the weapon project. Even now it makes me sick to my stomach to think I'd helped bring those abominations into this world. Using a living pilot to feed the weapons core was part of the design from the very beginning. Of course, they'd never dream of subjecting a trueborn Garlean to such barbaric treatment, not when the 7th Legion has a ready supply of provincial conscripts ripe for the taking. The pilots were referred to only by their code names, and we engineers were not made privy to their true identities. Even with the list of conscripts, I still don't know who was sacrificed in the name of the weapon project. Let's bring an end to the weapon project together. But what can I do? For years all I've known is how to build tools of destruction. The 7th Legion is far from finished. They're biding their time, waiting until the right moment to unleash the final weapon. And when they do, it will bring naught but death and woe to all who stand in their way. Even after everything they've taken from us, they still want more. If it weren't for the Empire, Melisandre would still be here. She was the kindest person I ever met, but to the Empire she was just another pawn in their games. I will never forget her. There is a way I can make a difference. I know there is. But first I need to speak with members of the Ironworks. I have a feeling that War Machina you used to beat the Sapphire weapon will be called into action again. Until then, there's still time to make improvements, and I intend to help. I'll still be going ahead with the plan to build a monument, but stopping the Empire must come first. I hope Melisandre and the others can wait a little longer. Aww. Before I go, allow me to express my gratitude. I don't know what I'd have done if it weren't for you, until we meet again.
This just makes me think that all the orphans are gonna die, because they're making a monument.
So how was your time in Turncliffe? I see fate has dealt her a cruel hand, but now she has a chance to make a fresh start. The same could be said of the whole of Turncliffe. It seems the liberation of that one small town will become a pivotal moment in Werlyt history. Perhaps it won't be too long before the rest of the region is free from the Empire. Naturally, we'd be honored to fight alongside the people of Werlyt. We won't rest until the Imperials are sent fleeing with their tails between their legs. Until that day arrives, we'll carry on doing our bit to support you and the others in ending the weapon project. I'll be sure to pass on any pertinent information. In the meantime, take care. You've come at the right time. There have been developments in Werlyt we'd like to share with you. As luck would have it, here comes the ideal person to explain the situation. Thanks, I'll take it from here. Monago! I'm glad to see you looking so well, Zordia.
Did you say your name wrong? Have we met?
Yes, it certainly has. I haven't seen you around Rhalgar's Reach much lately. Anyone would think you were trying to avoid me. But as much as I'd love to stand around chatting, I'm afraid I've got some serious business to discuss. Following the liberation of Turncliffe, it seems the people of Werlyt also have their hearts set on freeing themselves from the grip of the Empire. Like-minded citizens have rallied under the banner of Werlyt revolutionaries, and they aim to dispose the 7th Legion that currently occupies the city. Their ranks include many former conscripts, and between them they possess no small amount of combat experience. The only thing they lack is someone to lead them. After much consideration, they decided to turn to none other than Gaius Balsar. Of course, many would balk at the thought of turning to a former enemy, and many did, but desperate times call for desperate measures. His reputation as a legatus speaks for itself, and as almost all Alamegans will attest, he was a far more reasonable, pragmatic leader than his predecessor, the Mad King Theodoric, or his successor Xenos for that matter. But most importantly, he was the one who led the invasion of Werlyt in the first place, so who better than him to take it back? After accepting their offer, he requested the delivery of additional arms and provisions from the Alamegan resistance. Not that we have much to spare at present, but we'll do what we can. While my comrades see to the preparations, I've been assigned to meet with him in person. I was wondering, could you accompany me to Turncliffe? Thanks, Zordia. To be perfectly honest, coming face to face with the Black Wolf is a rather daunting prospect, even if he has purposely turned over a new leaf. But I'm sure having you there will make a world of difference. I believe you're acquainted with our escort, yes? Let him know when you're ready to get going.
This escort is like MVP. Like literal MVP.
Gaius Balsar, I presume? I come bearing the Alamegan Resistance's official reply to your request for aid. I see, you have my thanks. Does this mean we can finally make our move? With the assistance of the Alamegans, we will soon have sufficient arms at our disposal to stand a chance at victory. But lest we forget, the 7th Legion has been conserving its strength thus far, and we must be prepared for severe casualties should its might be brought to bear. If our lives must be the price of freedom, we will pay it willingly.
Is that white-haired, what's his name? Asahi?
Let me be clear, we Alamegans have not forgotten that it was you who led the invasion of our homeland. The blood of our fallen loved ones is on your hands. Even so, the people of Werlyt chose you to lead the revolution, and we will honor their decision. I only hope they will not come to regret it.
As do I. Should I be found unworthy of their trust, I shall submit to their judgment and whatever that may entail.
Forgive me, but might we return to the task at hand? First, I would like to discuss the transportation of supplies from Alamigo. This way, if you please.
Once again, I prepare to lead an army into Werlyt. The irony is not lost on me. It is a cruel twist of fate that these people, so desperate from years of oppression, should turn to their conqueror for salvation. For most of my life, I believed that only the Empire possessed the strength and wisdom to lead mankind. That only through great sacrifice could civilization hope to thrive. And so I led the conquest of Eorzea, forcing the doctrine of Garlemald upon the ignorant and uncivilized. In every territory I sought out those with the potential for greatness, without regard for one's birth or circumstances, that they may serve the Empire. But there are those such as Valens, who see being born Garlean a virtue in itself, one above all others. To think that a monster such as him should be granted the position of legatus and everything that entails, it makes my blood boil. Valens brings shame upon our homeland, and makes mock of the ideals it once stood for. By my hand he shall pay for his foul crimes.
We are running out of time, Gaius. We have to go after her.
There is something I would show you, but not here. Come with me. She ran, didn't she? She totally ran. She totally ran away, didn't she? You must keep this to yourself. I do not want the soldiers to think I am being distracted by personal matters. This letter was found in her room. I knew it, she ran. I knew it. She knew where she was gonna go.
Dear father, I am sorry for leaving without saying goodbye, but the thought of Alphonse suffering alone is more than I can bear. For his sake and for the freedom of Werlyt, I've decided to take matters into my own hands. I know of a way to save them, a way to end it all. I have to seize this chance before it is too late. My mind is set. Please do not try to stop me, father. The days we spent together were the happiest of my life, and no matter what happens, nothing can take that away from me. With all my love, Ali.
She's heading for the 7th Legion stronghold in Werlyt. I'm certain of it.
Taking matters into her own hands. She must be planning to take control of one of the weapons. If so, there's no time to waste. We have to mobilize our forces to save Ali and Alphonse.
They might as well just call her Edward and Alphonse. She's gonna die. She doesn't know that it immediately goes into Oversoul. She's gonna die. I want nothing more than to save them, but I cannot ask the warlike revolutionaries to risk their lives to rescue 2 Imperial soldiers. In any case, if we were to rush into battle without adequate preparation, the 7th Legion would tear our partisan army to shreds. As capable a warrior as ZorDon is, if she were to charge headlong into the heart of the enemy, she would be overwhelmed by sheer numbers.
But if we don't do something, Ali and Alphonse are as good as dead.
I know, Severa. And so did Ali when she wrote the letter. Returning alive was never part of her plan. Can you hear me? I'm in Werlyt, just outside Castrum Collinum. All hells have broken loose. There was an enormous explosion, and through the smoke and flames I saw what appeared to be another weapon. At this rate, the entire... Confounded, we have lost the signal. This must be what Ali spoke of in her letter, a way to end it all. Alphonse and the others were planning this from the beginning. To bring the weapon project to completion and use it to free Werlyt from the Empire, even at the cost of their own lives.
If the revolutionaries were to hear that a weapon has been unleashed upon the Imperial headquarters, they will see it as a perfect opportunity to strike. If it's running amok, it may not distinguish between our allies and the Imperials. A large force will draw too much attention. The 3 of us should be able to get close enough without it noticing us.
Between us, we'll find a way to save them. Please, let us save 2 of the orphans. Please. I doubt it, but please. I cannot allow it. This is my burden to bear. I shall bear it alone. For sure, I have every intention to make it out alive. You have to know my record for surviving dangerous missions is impeccable so far. Very well. For the time being, I will have the revolutionaries stand by and await my signal. An opportunity to reclaim Werlyt may yet present itself, but we must first be allowed to remove the threat of this new weapon. Severa, have Sid ready the G-Warrior.
Understood.
Once your preparations are complete, let us reconvene outside the hangar. Sometime earlier in the 7th Legion Werlyt headquarters.
How wonderful to see you again, my dear. I was beginning to think that you weren't coming back.
In my impatience, I may have vented my frustrations on that brother of yours. I do hope you'll forgive me.
Oh my gosh.
Why did she come back?
Lord Valens, you mentioned before that the previous weapons were merely prototypes, used to gather combat data within their cores.
Yes, very good. I see you were paying attention after all. Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, the primals they absorbed, and the data they accumulated will serve a singular purpose. The completion of my masterpiece, the diamond weapon. But while you and your siblings were able to retrieve the necessary data from the ruby weapon before Gaius and his lackeys arrived, Sapphire and Emerald were handed to the enemy on a silver platter. Those worthless curs failed to meet even my exceedingly low expectations.
As detailed in my report, I took it upon myself to infiltrate Gaius Balsar's band of rebels and reclaim the data.
Yes, you have done well, my dear. My engineers have already finished feeding it to the diamond weapon.
Then all that remains is for me to assume my role as its pilot, and for you to release my brother and the rest of our compatriots, as per our agreement.
Of course, a handful of savages is a small price to pay for your remarkable talents.
He's not going to... What? I hate this. Why would you trust him, girl?
Even though the weapon project revolutionary technology allows even an untrained pilot to fight with the skills of a veteran soldier, only the truly gifted can draw out the full potential of the synthetic aurosite. In addition to their physical attributes and combat prowess, I require unwavering loyalty before I can even consider entrusting a candidate with one of my creations. And you are everything I desire.
I am honored that you regard me so highly, Lord Valens. However, in return for my continued cooperation, I wish to propose an extra condition to our arrangement. I request that the people of Werlyt be given full imperial citizenship and the right to self-govern.
My, how very bold of you, and quite astute at that. Yes, I could grant the people of Werlyt citizenship if I so desired. Fortunately, a mere legatess such as myself is in no position to simply relinquish control of imperial territory on a whim.
Come now, we both know that the weapons are but a means to an end. Your true intent is to march on the capital and claim it for yourself, correct? Once you have taken the throne, one small territory would seem a fair reward for those who played a vital role in the ascension of Emperor Valens.
Don't trust this. I say, for someone so sweet and innocent, you certainly drive a hard bargain. Very well, if it's Werlyt you want, it's yours. I'll soon have no need for this stinking backwater province anyway. This is gonna be bad.
And what about my brother?
Ah, yes, Alwick, or was it Alfred? Whatever his name is, you needn't worry. I've made special arrangements for him. He's probably already dead. He'll be perfectly safe, provided you uphold your side of the agreement. He's not going to be safe. Excellent. Now let's get you aboard the diamond weapon, shall we? One step closer to my coronation.
This is the moment I've been waiting for.
Allie, why are you...
I know this isn't what Father would have wanted, but it's the only way. Please forgive me.
This is not the only way. There are other...
Initiating the synthetic aurosite. All sensors activated. So far, so good.
She's gonna change. I'm not gonna like this at all. I don't like this. I don't want to keep going. Can we not?
Diamond weapon, codenamed Xenos, commencing activation sequence.
I don't want to do this! Frizz! Why did you and Sakat make me do this quest? I don't like this. Behold, perfection itself!
Melissandia, Rickon, and Rex gave their lives, that others may live without fear.
Turn it off. Turn it off now.
The Orosite is taking hold. I'm just glad that you didn't have to go through this, Alphonse. But you'll have to go on without me. You and Father still must work together to... Sorry, I can't be there by your side. This is the only way. What's that, my dear? Is something the matter? The diamond weapon is mine. Your tyranny ends here, Valens.
Yo! How did she miss? Low-born filth, if you think your little performance has me fooled, you are sorely mistaken. What are you waiting for? Shut it down!
Yes, my lord, transmitting deactivation signal. It's not responding.
That insolent whelp had me worried for a moment. Bring her to me alive, even if it means damaging the machine. When I am through with her, she will beg for death. They're willing to damage the machine, though.
No, I can't let it end like this. Melisandria, Recon Rex, guide my hand. Alphonse, wherever you are, lend me your strength.
That was so... This is...
Combat sample. Ready, initiating overmind. Subject...
What? That was so anime. What's going on?
Overmind? What is that? Ah! This can't be. It's ignoring the shutdown signal. Initiating overmind. But how?
I don't care how. Stop that thing before it brings down the whole castrum. Goodbye! Death deserved? I wish I was the one who killed him, though. She totally died, didn't she? Ready to depart. I'll send for Master Garland. We all expected another weapon to appear sooner or later, but not quite like this. According to Valdelin, after it finished laying waste to the headquarters of the 7th Legion, it took to the sky. Though this has dealt a massive blow to the Imperial forces, I'm certain that Ali is on board the weapon. It must be halted before she comes to harm, and for that I need the G-Warrior and airships to transport it. I see that one thing hasn't changed since your days at as the Black Wolf, your penchant for gigantic war machina. But if this means the G-Warrior has another chance to shine, I'd be happy to oblige. Only this time, rather than having it unceremoniously towed by airships, I have a more dynamic entrance in mind. Are we gonna use the G-Warrior again?
It's good to see you again, Zordia.
I'm among my people, all the aura. From what I hear, we have you to thank for Avelina volunteering to help the Ironworks. Since she joined the team, our work has come on leaps and bounds.
I'm just grateful for the opportunity to finally put my knowledge and skills to good use. And as far as I can tell, your target is the diamond weapon, the most powerful of them all. What's worse, its design incorporates all of the combat data and abilities of the other weapons, making it far more formidable than those you encountered before. Great. Thankfully, we've had time to prepare for such an occasion.
Would you care to elaborate? Let me put it like this. Thanks to Avelina's tireless dedication, the G-Warrior has been reborn. But there'll be time to explain more on the way. Come. Oh, I can fly, I can fly, I can fly. Yo, it's huge! Very impressive, but may I ask what purpose it serves? Since our objective is to rescue the pilot, we've added a means of capturing the diamond weapon. We come to save lives, not to end them, and for that reason the G-Warrior has been reborn. I present to you the G-Savior.
Why are you so cheesy, Sid?
Once again, Sid and his engineers have provided precisely what we require, but before we even knew it ourselves. Due to the added complexities, we'll have Gaius pilot while Zordia handles the various armaments. Agreed. There will be little opportunity for us to grow accustomed to our roles, but even so, we must succeed at all cost. Dude, we're in the air! Cloud deck now accessible, yo. Cloud deck. You ready? I'm not. Why am I tanking this? Because of tank privilege, of course. Because I'm less likely to die. Target in sight. Pin it down. Yo. Yo! Threat detected. Returning fire. Dude! Dude, this is epic. Gundam. Gundam's acquired. Yo, this cutscene's epic, yo! Sorry, I'm still in cutscene. Tell them I'm sorry, I'm still in cutscene. What's your first time? Wait. Wait, that's not Allie. No, it cannot be. Wait, what? It's not Allie? Then who is it? It's a teleporter to move between decks. I'm assuming I'm not going unless everyone else goes. 3? Oh. Oh. 1. Oh. Oh. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. Ah! No! I missed it. I did miss it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I missed it. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. What do I do? What do I do? Oh. Oh, cool. Okay. Okay, I'm not gonna miss the teleporter this time. Well, he got rid of the armor. What? What? The true face of Diamond Weapon. What? What? Okay. Okay, we go here. Okay. Okay. I'm... Oh, hello. Hello. Nani? And what is he doing? What the heck? This is epic. This is epic.
What is he doing? For Ali, I'll keep you safe. From what? What do you keep... Ah. Wrong side, apparently. Why? Oh, shoot. I'm learning, guys, I'm learning. I'm also super messing up my rotation. Oop, oop, oop. Wait, what's going on? Okay, I still don't get how you know what side he's going to hit you on. Oh shoot, oh shoot, oh shoot, oh shoot. Got it. Ah! Oh great! Oh great! Oh, it's one of those! Okay! Okay! I'm out of it! Well, I'm dead. Okay. I managed to squeeze by that one. Oh, what? Oh, they're fine. They're fine! We got this. Easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. Even though I died like a bunch of times. Yay! The containment field won't hold. So who's in the... We must reach the diamond weapon before the Imperials. In all the years since the invasion, this place has hardly changed. I was expecting to find some sign of the 7th Legion here, but it would appear the diamond weapon has already taken them out of the equation. Dang. I like how we're supposed to be after the diamond weapon, but we're walking super slow. I pray we are not too late. Oh, she's alive. Ali. She's okay? Okay, good. Please, take her back to Turncliffe. I have some unfinished business to attend to. What? I'm nervous. Now to learn what has become of Alphonse. If you have a score to settle, now is your chance. Show yourself. What? How is this guy alive?
Come to gloat, have you, Gaius? It's not over yet. You certainly have an instinct for self-preservation. I would expect nothing less from the coward who sacrificed his own soldiers to further his ambitions. How dare you speak to me of ambitions? You are the one who stood in my way at every turn. If not for your meddling, the Empire would have been mine! Mine! Enough of your delusions of grandeur. Where is Alphonse? Oh no. Why, he's right in front of you. What? What? Once you hear the answer, you'll kick yourself for not realizing it sooner. You see, in all of the previous models, the combat data was either incomplete or unstable in some way, making their performance in battle wildly unpredictable. But then an idea struck me. Rather than using data gathered in battle, I should use something a little more realistic. Turns out, that beloved boy of yours was quite brilliant. When he put his mind to it. By my ingenuity, he has been reborn as the core of the greatest machine ever devised. None but the great Lord Valens von Varro could have conceived such a marvel. He became the core? The frickin'... And to think that Allie came here to steal the diamond weapon to save her brother, only to find he'd already become a part of it. Perhaps it wasn't the reunion she'd envisioned, but I'm sure she was grateful nonetheless. Oh, that's why her tear affected it. Oh, that might also explain why Overmind activated all by itself. It was clearly an attempt to protect his precious sister. Fascinating anomaly, but I can't stand disobedience. That such atrocities should continue unabated is proof of the rot that is spread throughout the Empire. Kill him, Gaius. Kill him. Your crimes are an affront not only to Garlemald, but to all of mankind, and now you will die. The heck? Have you forgotten, Gaius? I've seen your data. I know your every move. Such pitiful swordsmanship is a relic of the past, just like you. Can we kill him? Kill him, Gaius. Gaius? That's not something you remember, is it? Yo! Yo, this reminds me of, Hajime. Terminus est. Crucia mors. Get him, Gaius. Ugh! But this wasn't in my data! Good. People can evolve, you idiot. Kill him. Behead him. Behead him. Reactivating synthetic aurosite system. Overmind Alphonse. Yes, kill him. Yes. Yes. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Eat him. Eat him. Eat him. This can't be. How is it still functional? Removing memory inhibitors. Oh, this is satisfying. Oh yeah, get your revenge. What? You! Stop this at once! Please let me go! Albert, no! A farm. I can't remember the name. Aww. Even the names of those sacrificed in your twisted experiments are beneath your notice. You are beyond redemption. Who are you to judge me, Gaius? Do you remember the names of the tens of thousands of men, women, and children killed for the sake of your conquests? I do not deny the blood spilled at my behest, nor will I run from my past. That is why I fight, to prevent the wrongs I committed from being repeated. No! Stop! I beg you! Damn! You can't do this to me! I'm Valens von Varro, better than Gaius! It can't end this way! Did he just pop like a balloon? That was a pop like a balloon! He went pop, and then he just ate him! That was amazing. Alphonse. Aww. Alphonse, my son, I have failed you. Oh no, I don't want feels! This whole quest line was pain. But this is not the end. I will see your dreams fulfilled. This I swear. I ask only that you, Melisandria, Rickon, and Rex watch over me. Is he giving his core willingly? Father, the memories stored in the diamond weapon, give them to Ali. Watch over her in my stead. Father, I cannot go on like this. Please. I understand. Stop. Thank you. I'm proud to call myself your son. Rub salt in the wound, why don't you? I see. We will remain here until further notice. That was Gaius, Valens von Varro, and the weapon project are no more. Seizing the opportunity, the Werlyt revolutionaries have taken control of the city. Though they still suffered considerable losses, they have at least gained their freedom. And even with the Empire gone, for people like me, life under Imperial rule is all we've ever known. We might never be able to heal the scars left by the decades of oppression. While there is hope for those who have survived this ordeal, nothing can bring back the dead. The loss of my wife and daughter left a void in me that can never be filled. In the years since, I've struggled to find a purpose, a reason to keep on living. It is the same for Gaius. No matter how hard he tries to make amends, the children he lost are gone forever. The recent events in Werlyt have had a profound impact on the lives of many. Many people, and none more so than Ali. She's been in a state of shock ever since she returned. We've even called in Sid to see if he could ascertain what the problem might be. You see, there's a strong possibility that the diamond weapon itself is what caused Ali to close herself off like this. But for the time being, all we can do is wait. There was one other thing. Avelina came by looking for you earlier. So perhaps you could go and see her? That's so sad. Oh, she built the monument. Thank you for coming to meet me. I'm glad to see you're none the worse for your experiences. Actually, I've been meaning to show you this. Thanks to the Alamegan resistance, the monument to the fallen is complete. Though they may no longer be with us, we'll never forget them. This way, they'll always be a part of Turncliffe, and future generations will be reminded of the sacrifices that were made. You were always so kind to me, and now it's my turn to do the same for others. Evelina is absorbed in prayer. Now would be a good time to return to Severa. I hope all is well with Avelina. Actually, while you were speaking with her, I received word that Gaius will be here soon. I wish to see Ali. Will you send for her? Aw, poor Ali. Ali. Does she even recognize me? At first we thought the weapon's influence had caused this, but it seems there is more to it than that. The Cherusians say that this is most likely the result of intense trauma. Her mind has been scarred, perhaps irrevocably, because of what she went through. She boarded the diamond weapon with the intention of saving her brother. Little did she know that Valens had used the synthetic aurosite system to transform Alphonse into a living component of the machine.
Aww.
Then, when she boarded the diamond weapon, she finally learned the horrible truth. I've never heard of anything so cruel.
Just a moment. In each of the previous cases, pilots became fused with the weapon's core. So how was Ali able to escape a similar fate?
That's one of the many things we're still looking into. There is no need. I already know the answer. It was Alphonse who kept her safe.
Aww.
In the end, I was unable to save your brother, my son.
Aww. All they wanted was a place to call home, where they could live in peace. But after all the pain and hardship they endured, this is their reward?
No, this is not the end of their story. I taught them the strong must lead the weak, but absolute power corrupts absolutely, and those who have suffered at the hands of the corrupt are beyond counting. Alphonse dreamed of a land without oppressors and the oppressed, where all may live as equals thanks to his sacrifice, and that of his siblings, the cornerstones of such a nation, have been laid. Melisandre, Rickon, Rex, Alphonse, and Ali, they risked everything to win the freedom of Werlyt, and now it has come to pass. I will see that their ideals are upheld, this I swear, as their father. The long and arduous process of rebuilding Werlyt has begun. In the days to follow, I shall be working alongside the new government to create a place that people like Ali and Severa would be proud to call home. For so long, all that kept me alive was hate, but the time has come to cast it aside. I'm going with you. I'll only regret it if I don't, and while nothing I can do can bring back the ones I've lost, I owe it to them to make the most of the life I've been given.
Aww.
Times change, people change, and it's just as well. We inventors would soon find ourselves out of work if everything stayed the same. If you've a need for my creations, just say the word.
Aww.
You know, Gaius, I could fill a book with all the things I've been meaning to say to you over the years, but what would be the point? What's done is done, and there is one thing, though. If anyone can get through to Ali, it's you. She looks up to you the same way I did as a boy. Don't give up on her.
Oh, this is so sweet.
For all my life, I've been searching for a place in the world. Everywhere I went, I was always on the outside looking in. But I've realized if we can't find one, we just have to make it ourselves. That's what I learned from Gaius's children. Despite everything, they never gave up, and neither will I. For now, at least, my place is at Gaius's side. I'll follow him and see where this journey leads. And before I leave, I want to tell you how grateful I am you chose to stand by us until the end. I hope we'll meet again one day. All this time, I've been trying to convince myself that Gaius was every bit the villain I'd imagined him to be, the ruthless subjugator of nations, evil made flesh. And while many who fight under the banner of Garlemald are all that and worse, I realize now that Gaius was driven by his own notions of right and wrong, misguided as they were. Since then, he has turned his back on the Empire and its hateful doctrine. His guilt and anguish only strengthen his resolve. Day I spared his life, he was given a second chance to set right the wrongs he had committed, to become the man his children believed him to be. I was a father once, a husband. In many ways, I still am. And even though they're no longer with me, I want to be someone they would be proud of. Now I too have been given a chance to make a difference in a land far from home. I'll never forget my past, but neither will I be beholden to it. When I meet the people of Werlyt, I'll be sure to tell the tale of your bravery and compassion. May it grant them the strength to face the struggles ahead. Pray go in peace, my friend. Though we were brought together under strange circumstances, Valdelin, Severa, and I will continue to work together, at least for the foreseeable future.
Is he gonna show her the core?
Well, here they are.
Oh, the orphans.
And who might these charming young men be? They were found in the 7th Legion's headquarters, in one of the few areas that escaped unscathed following the Diamond Weapon's rampage. Perhaps that was Alphonse's intention. Do not be afraid. We mean you no harm.
That thing on your forehead.
My name is Gaius Balsar, and like Valens Vanvaro, I was once a legatus of the Garlean Empire. Though I believed I was fighting for a just cause, my conquests came at a terrible cost. Pray forgive me. I do not mean to scare you. If you would lend me your ears, I have a story to tell. A group of courageous young men and women, not so different from yourselves, stood up to protect their people from the tyranny of the Empire. They fought with everything they had, and finally victory was theirs. But it came at a terrible price. As their father, I still struggled to come to terms with their sacrifice, and yet they have entrusted the future to me, and I will stop at nothing to see their dream fulfilled. Even so, there is only so much one soldier can achieve by himself. I would be honored to have your support in the days to come.
At ease, lads. He's not as scary as he looks. And if he steps out of line, he'll have me to answer to.
Kids are like, what?
Though they were fortunate enough to escape the destruction of the castrum, they may have been injured while fleeing. Have the Cherutians look them over and find a place for them to stay. It seems the time has come for us to go our separate ways once more. I myself can scarce believe that we were once bitter adversaries, but my encounter with you have led me to question the very ideals I swore to uphold. What is strength? What is weakness? If those who grasp the reins of power are said to be the strong, then those who lack such power must therefore be the weak. For better or worse, however, we are far more complex creatures than that. I see now that true strength is not granted by others, but resides within us. Strength of character, of spirit, of resolve. Therein lies the power to cast off the shackles of oppression, to overcome any adversity, to stand firm in the face of impossible odds. That is the strength you possess. May it never leave you. It seems I will have to summon all the resolve I can muster, if I am to keep my promise to Alphonse. The process of establishing the independent governance of Werlyt is underway, and I will do all in my power to see it become everything my children dreamed of and more. For the immediate future, we shall continue to work closely with the Alamegan resistance, whose role in the revolution cannot be understated. That reminds me, if you are passing by Porta Praetoria, the soldiers stationed there wish to hear your version of events. Please give them my regards. I hope that when our paths cross again, I will have glad tidings to share with you. Until next we meet. Welcome back, Zordia. Congratulations on another hard-earned victory. Ever since we first heard the news, I've been dying to hear exactly how it unfolded. By Ralger's beard, even for the Empire, that must be a new low. Those poor orphans. I can only pray that the citizens of Werlyt are able to enjoy the freedom that Gaius's wards gave their lives for. At the very least, we need no longer live in fear of the monstrous creations birthed by the weapon project. I shall add your account to our official report. Finally, on behalf of the Alamegan resistance and the whole of Eorzea for that matter, allow me to express my heartfelt gratitude. Thank you. Oh. Oh. Oh, this is when he met them. What? Oh. Oh. Stop with this. Stop. This is so freaking sad, man. But also pretty. Also kind of creepy for everyone else that's living there. They're like, why are these spirits here? What the heck? Yo!
It's Livia. I hate her, by the way. Aww. This is so sad! You can occasionally see their ghosts running around. Really? That's rude. Projections from within the synthetic aura site. These are his memories. Their memories. This is so sad, Kira. I don't want to live in a world without you. That's why I'm going with you. Not yet, Ali. Now is not your time. Father still needs you. Please take care of him in our place. This is so rude. And if you're worried about Alphonse, don't be. He's got us for company. We want you to see this new world for yourself. They're so sad. We will forever be at your side, Ali. Why? That's so rude. This music is so good. I'm the only one left. But I'll never be alone. Oh, Father. I'm glad they gave us some closure, but I hate it. It's the opening of Final Fantasy IX. Finn. Why is that so sad? And happy, bitter, freaking heck, man!
I said, welcome to my